God in creation. God when Adam fell. God way up in heaven. God way down in hell. Hey, God. God don't never change. Oh, always will be God.
Hello. Hi there. I want to start out with, I guess, a little bit of biblical humor again, because I find this stuff funny, and actually maybe it helps explain my sense of humor. Thanks, Bible. This comes from Luke 18:31. Then he took the 12 aside, the 12 disciples. 13, one of my favorite numbers. It's been one of my favorite numbers because it was Kendall Gill's number and Wilt Chamberlain's number. I like that I mentioned Kendall Gill first. Wilt Chamberlain's number and Glenn Robinson's number. But also for its divine nature. It's also why I like 7, 13. Anyway, then he took the 12 aside and said to them, Behold, we are going up to Jerusalem, and all things that are written by the prophets concerning the Son of Man will be accomplished. Ooh. All sort of massive and holy cow, what? Sort of thing to say. Not a usual parable where he told a little story. You're like, oh, there's a metaphor in there. That could be my life, thanks. For he will be delivered to the Gentiles and will be mocked and insulted and spit upon. He meaning himself. They will scourge him and kill him, and the third day he will rise again. But they understood none of these things. This saying was hidden from them, and they did not know the things which were spoken. And and it goes on to this. Then it happened, as he was coming near Jericho. There's a whole blind man story. That was really poorly written. Read. Because I really should have just rushed through it and played with the thing. But anyway, I find that funny. This whole long thing, Jesus a third time predicts his death and resurrection. And they had no idea what he was talking about. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this, and this. Lofty stuff, by the way. It's all going to happen in fulfillment of thousands and thousands of years and thousands of years of what God told you a long time ago. And they had no idea what he was talking about. And this happens all the time. And they were confused. And they fell silent and did not know what to say. There's a ton of that in the New Testament. And whenever Jesus spoke, people were like, oh, yes, Jesus, of course. What? And I think I suffer from that same thing, even though I find it humorous in others. Ha ha ha, I mock. I do that same thing, where sometimes I'll get messages, or direction, or something will pop right up in my life. And I'll be like, oh, great, okay, yeah, I can see what this is. Huh? I think huh is one of my best reactions sometimes. And I think a lot of that has to do with my continual leaning on my own understanding, my going, okay, message received, thank you, God, for in any way influencing my life. Holy cow, that is, again, just a monumental thing. But let me dissect what you've said and understand it. Okay, so what you probably mean is blah, blah, blah. And that just never works for me. It always sends me off in some fool's errand, or I feel like half-assed about it. It's somewhere in the middle. You'd be like, hey, wait, didn't you originally sort of get the idea or the provocation to go do this? Huh? Yeah, but I didn't get that. And you know what? We don't always get it. I don't always get it. And there's got to be a joy in that. And I've got to, whether or not I understand it or whatever, I've got to stop negotiating kind of so much. Not through, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. But just take it. Run with it. No, I'm not going to understand it. And that honestly, let me just be honest about this whole thing. That, okay, if I'm saying that there's a creator of the universe who wants an intimate, personal relationship with me and all his human beings in his creation, when he speaks to me, if I understood everything, this being who created everything is the best artist who has ever existed and created all this art, and this internal art, and this performance art that our lives are, if I understood everything he was saying, golly gee whiz, I'd be a genius. And you know what? I'd probably be his enemy. I'd be a nefarious foe of God if I understood it all. And then, honestly, if we do understand it all, then we're like, then I can perfectly logic it out, and then where's the faith? Almost like a military maneuver, right? Where they're like, you gotta go up in this hill, secure this hill, and hang out at the top of this hill once you've secured it. And if enough people say, why? Someone gets fired. Someone gets court-martialed. You know what? You just gotta do it. Go and do it. You'll figure it out later. And now in the military, you have to assume that somewhere up the chain of command, someone is making the right decision. Don't assume that. But at least with God, you're like, hey, you're God. So I'm going to assume you're way up the chain of command. You, yourself, know what is going on better than I do. At least that's my job today. No more negotiating, despite confusion, which even the people who actually hang out with Jesus had. So for me to go, oh, yes, but no, it's just because I don't understand God. That's why I'm hesitating. I need some time to process this. Maybe take some naps on it, get some stuff done, come back, be in silence again. You understand. I'll be right back. Love ya. No, I gotta just go and do it. And know that he'll reveal, and because he never has disappointed me in this way, know that he'll reveal the steps I need to take. And stop logicking it myself, because I never will completely understand. And if I did, where's the fun in that? That's what I'm thinking today. Happy Sabbath.